Hey folks, this is Alonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. Now I bet you some of y'all didn't know I had a book out, did you? Well, I do. N.W.A. Not Without Alonzo, available on Amazon.com, $14.95. But also, there is a comic book, limited edition comic book, Hip Hop Family Tree, featuring yours truly, Alonzo in the middle, Dr. Dre, and Yella. Limited edition, only available on my website, LonzoWilliams.com. Now, if you want both books, the Hip Hop Family Tree and N.W.A., both of them $30. Go to my website, LonzoWilliams.com. In the comments, put your name and what you want me to say. I'll autograph and make sure it gets to your house right away. Both books, $30, autograph, LonzoWilliams.com. And if you're like me, you don't have time to sit down and read like I'd like to, but I love audiobooks. That's why I put my book, N.W.A. Not Without Alonzo, on audio. That's right, but it's available only on CD Baby. Why? Because I set every track, every story to music. So as you ride down the street, listening to the stories of West Coast hip hop, you got some fresh new tracks to bob your head to. Available only on CD Baby, N.W.A. Not Without Alonzo. Check it out, folks. Give you something to ride to. Peace.
And it's just amazing, man. That how long you got? About 30 years, 35 years now.
The first Digital Underground record was 1988.
Wow.
And the first record that I appeared on was in 89, which was Do What You Like, which came out in 89.
Okay.
So this is 31 years.
When I remember H, when he first dropped Underwater Rhymes, I'm like, who is Digital Underground? And what is an underwater rhyme? But it brought me back to George Clinton and P-Funk when they was doing the Underwater Boogie and blah, 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 blah. So it was a whole different thing, man. Now, you guys are from Oakland, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I got a question, man. I was sitting up here thinking one day, and I thought about this on my podcast. And when I think about Oakland and up Northern California, you guys have, Hammer, Paris, E-40, Too Short, and no two groups are alike, and you guys still maintain your individuality, but you still maintain the Southern California in vibe. Are there gangs in Northern California?
No,
there are no gangs in Northern California.
Well, there were, like, back then, the only place that you had gangs were like Sacramento.
Okay.
Is from what I remember back then. There was a lot of blood. And Sacramento was about,
50 miles?
Maybe 100 miles north.
Okay.
No, it's a little bit further. It's about an hour drive. So if everybody in Southern California, if Oakland's LA, then Sacramento is like San Bernardino or something like that.
Okay.
It's out the way, right?
Okay.
So that's as far as it came. And you gotta remember that a lot of this gang culture is centralized in the prisons, right?
Okay.
So up north, we had the Black Guerrilla family, BGF, and other factions that control Oakland and the Bay Area. So gangs never were able to infiltrate the Bay. Even to this day, it's and trust me, they've come up, but they just got ran out, for whatever reason. Yeah, so, and it's kind of crazy, but not even to go take it any other, for anybody to feel any kind of way. It's just like we just didn't
trip.
Yeah, it was kind of
even doing the crack era. Even doing the crack era.
Yeah. Meaning, okay. That's what I want to say. I want to, you always want to tread lightly and say things.
I understand.
Politically correct, but in a sense, we could never see how you could just follow blindly behind something. And our whole thing is, if you're going to get in and you're going to go somewhere, why would you all wear the same shit? Because I remember one time, when Easy and N.W.A. came and performed. They performed. There's a concert at the Henry J. This had to been 88, 89.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first time, me personally, that I seen Crips, because there was this, I guess a lot of them came up behind N.W.A. and there was a big fight on the dance floor. And I'm a kid. I'm like up in the stands watching, and I watched it all unfold. And I seen, you know, the fight started. Then all of a sudden, you seen these dudes get, you know, back to back in like a circle. They all had on bluish color stuff. And then the fight started. You know, they got whooped. And then when it was over and the lights came on, you could just see all the dudes wearing blue. And the security grabbed all the people wearing blue, whooped them again, and then threw them out. And it's like, you know, and I seen the dudes I was from the Bay and from Oakland, you know, cats from the village that I recognized, they just kind of turned their back and fit right back into the crowd because they weren't dressed a certain way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I could just never understand, like, why would you come somewhere basically wearing a uniform saying that this is me? Because when shit happens, they got rolled up by the niggas in Oakland. Then they got rolled up again by security because they was all wearing.
They was identifiable.
They was identifiable.
Right.
So
right.
you know, we could just. I just couldn't. And I know a lot of people. We just couldn't fathom why you would do that. Like it didn't make sense. To put it simple and plain. Okay. And it wasn't like they was tougher because they got whooped. You know what I mean? So it just. You know, same thing with Chicago
right.
and that gang thing wearing their hats cocked. It's like, obviously, when you go somewhere, you have to respect it, right?
Right.
You know, because I seen growing up also, when I was in high school, this cat from Chicago, he came up to this school that I was going to, and he was talking all of this stuff, but he's only one guy. Like, it doesn't travel with you.
Okay.
Just to say that they didn't know what a vice lord was or whatever, and he got put in the hospital just for saying it. You know, I'm always one like, you know, I don't care if you in Bloomfield, Indiana, whatever they claiming or calling, you got to respect it while you're there.
Okay.
And I think that's just how I've always moved. You know, because like I said, touring since the 80s, it was crazy, right?
Right.
And I've never had an issue.
That was my next question. That was my next question. I mean, you know, you guys bringing the funk, unless you bring the funk with some other things along with it, you pretty much don't have no real issues, right?
Nah, I never had an issue. And the other thing that I noticed coming up in the game is like, I always remembered, because like, you know, Atron, he used to, when he managed, you know, he road managed for N.W.A. and JJ Fad and all of them.
Right.
He worked for Ruthless. So when they would come up to Oakland, I always got to go to the shows. Okay. So when they made appearances, because, you know, we were under Atron and he had access. So I just remember whenever N.W.A. came, I remember one time they came up and they had like this walkthrough or this appearance at this club called the Omni in North Oakland.
Okay. And
I'm with Atron, but N.W.A. is in there, and I just hear all the little cats around going like, "Man, I'm about to see how gangster they really is." You know, everywhere you go, if you claim gangster, the gangsters in each city want to test their gangster.
It's like the old
they want to gauge their gangster against the gangster.
Right.
And I just never wanted to have to deal with that because I saw the problems that it brought.
Wow.
And that's with anything. And I kind of felt like you kind of speak into existence what you want in life. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you always talking about gangster and going to jail and getting shot, eventually something like that's gonna come to fruition or it's gonna present itself. So I always felt like, well, if I talk about enough pussy and drink
and money.
Party,
right.
It was gonna come to me.
Okay.
So I made sure to always mention it.
I ain't mad at you, Doc. I same here, Doc. That's pretty much been my whole conversation since 1986. Okay, I get it 100%. Much love. I appreciate that.
Because you know, like, you know, I came up under Egyptian Lover. And, dude, I used to fantasize when I used to listen to Egyptian. He talk about how the women is. I was like, man, Egyptian Lover must just be laying up in it.
See,
I wanted to be that.
People don't realize even the cats like us, Egypt and LA Dream Team and Wrecking Crew, we had influence also, man. This was a different type of influence, you know? it made them, you know, when I met Short for the first time, I didn't meet Short until about 3 years ago for the first time. I stuck my hand out to me. Hey, you know, I want to introduce myself. And he said, nigga, I know who you are, homeboy. You Alonzo, world-class wrecking group. I got all your records and boo, 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 boo. So, you know, we carried weight, and then he know we carried it.
Because I before I was a rapper, I thought I was going to be a DJ.
Okay.
So I had every record. I had a Cabbage Patch, Surgery, and motherfucking every, you know, Dollar Free.
Okay.
LA Dream Team is cool. I bought all those records. Everything, dude, if it had the Macola thing on it.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? And techno pop and all that shit. Techno hop. And remember, what was that? It was an Ichiban record.
Ichiban, yeah. I was out of JDC,
yeah. I used to just buy those records when they came out, because, you know, back then you could go in and you could listen to them, but after a while, you could buy records, because back then also, if you really didn't like it, and I knew the people at the record store, I could take it back, exchange it. Right. You know what I mean? So I kind of like that was kind of like. And what was that, like 84, 85-ish, right?
Right.
That's when I was most impressionable, at 15, 14 years old.
Okay.
So, and you guys didn't have pictures on the record, so all we could do was just imagine what it was like.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm, hello, baby. Yeah. Here I am, and I'm like,